Throughout history, shoes that a person wears has always been more than an object which protects their feet. It has been a multi-layered, socially, culturally, and religious object which transmits information about social class, status, religion, occupation, sexuality, and so on. With the rise of popularity with sneakers, the social implications of shoes have only heightened. This rise in popularity has given lead to a whole new world of fetishes. Sneaker fetishes. Although sexual fetishes have always been quite common with feet throughout history, from small square feet in China to the more common high-heel Western fetish, in the past 60 years, no other shoe has had more of a social impact in the world than sneakers. There are three distinct types of sneaker fetishes. Within each are more specific and individual types. These three fetishes are commodity, sexual, and anthropology. The commodity fetish transforms the sneaker into some other object with real value through abstract perspectives of economic value. Anthropological fetish gives supernatural power and sexual connotations to the sneaker. A sexual urge with non-living objects. In this case, the shoe. In this video, I will be educating you on these sneaker fetishes and dive deeper into their intrinsic meanings. Anthropology is so powerful in the world of sneakers because of who endorses the sneakers. When legendary basketball player Michael Jordan first released his signature shoe of Nike, the whole world wanted to be like Mike. Wearing his signature shoe will give you the closest thing to being like him. That same feeling of being like Mike carried on throughout sneaker culture, as some of the most powerful and influential people in modern day society, athletes, celebrities, and musical artists continue to act like this. An example of this is the subculture of sneaker enthusiasts known as sneakerheads. It is impossible to explain the feeling of putting on a new sneaker, the smell, sight, and excitement you get from them. It is something that cannot be described correctly with words. It is something you just get, but provides a sense of superiority and status of power. With major sneaker companies and designer brands collaborating with these powerful influencers, the commodity aspect of sneakers is a big part of sneaker culture as well. The commodity of being like them and having only what they can afford contributes to the commodity of designer sneakers. At the core of sneaker culture itself is the commodity of being one of the only ones who have the exclusive sneakers, limited edition sneakers, and to be even able to afford it, as it connotates the attributes mentioned before. Power. Oscar Wilde once said, "Everything in the world is about sex except sex. Sex is about power." And as we've learned before, sneakers are equal to power in this world. When it comes to sexual fetishes in sneakers, there are two main categories: direct sexual actions with a sneaker, or sneakers as a worn sexual apparel, like lingerie. Now, I'm going to use sexual connotations broadly, as the fetishes I'm about to show you are not what many would consider normal. The first category of sneaker fetishes is quite new and is rising in popularity fast. According to Pornhub analytics, sneakers are within the top 20 searches with apparel on Pornhub, with the demographic for sneaker porn being mostly men between the ages of 35 and 44. Men being 55% more likely to search for sneaker porn than women, and gay men to be 1,124% more likely to search for sneaker porn than heterosexual users. The number one sneakers-related search is sneaker worshipped, followed by Converse sneakers and sneaker sex. Further down the line, there is also sneaker trample, sneaker lick, smell sneakers, and sneaker ball busting. The number one sneaker-related search for homosexuals is sneaker sex, followed by French sneaker. Quite interestingly, according to the anonymized stats from Google Analytics, Pornhub sneaker searchers are most likely to be actively shopping for shoes, boots, and athletic wear, meaning that there's a possible link to obtaining these items and obtaining sex. In the second category of sneaker fetishes, we have sneaker licking, foot play, foot stomping, and mutilation. Sneaker licking is the most die-hard of sneaker fetishes. It involves not just licking a sneaker, but food off the sneaker. Foot play involves soft, subtle, and sensual foot motions centered around the opening of the shoe, similar to the open of a female's vagina. Food stomping is the act of stomping your sneakers into food. And mutilation is the destruction of sneakers. This can be done in multiple ways, with a box cutter, knife, or even fire. The process of a well put together shoe being destroyed is fascinating and satisfying to many. The more destructive fetishes of sneakers, I feel, are associated with growing up and being told by authoritative figures to take care of our belongings, as a new pair of sneakers often costs between $150 and $200, whereas the other fetishes seem to stem from a mixture of general sexual foot fetish and the rebellion against authoritative rules. There is so much more to the world of sneakers and the world of sneaker fetishes than touched upon in this video. Sneakers are power, and the effects sneakers have are powerful in multiple ways. To be able to hold such power on one's feet means essentially you are above power. So next time you buy a new set of sneakers, take a moment to observe. How do you feel?